Hi, everyone. It's Sunday evening. A little bit late getting to it. Had some stuff to do. But anyway, it's around 9:12 right now on the Sunday evening. It's Region Weather Meteorologist Matt Wintz. Lots to talk about on the Sunday evening edition of Region Weather Live. We have beautiful weather next couple days. I mean, this has just been quite a stretch. What a weekend. My goodness. It's just been great. But we know that we can't always have nice things, and that's going to change this week. We've got that frontal boundary. We talked about it a little bit on Friday night. We talked about it. Remember, last Sunday night, we were kind of showing the GFS model and how it brought this cold air into the western U.S. It is right on cue, this modeling. So I continue to grow more confident in 10 to 15 day forecasts now, at least in terms of trend, because this is held. And again, we talked about this last week. So we'll talk about the cool air, how cool we're going to get. We'll get you through your week. All right. We'll do it all together. Okay. I'm going to run our open here. It's not the Long Ranger open. I got a lot of feedback on the music being too loud with that. So we're not going to have any background music for this. There's no cute things. Okay. We're going to get right into it after we run this open. We'll be right back. And thank you guys so much for staying up late with us. I know it's not that late, but this is later than we usually do. We usually try to hit it up in the 8 o'clock hour here. So I certainly appreciate you spending your time with us. Mary's with us. Hi, Mary. Good morning to you, Mark. Lance is with us. Hi, buddy. Jeff, good evening to you. Andrew, good evening to you. Linda, hello. Diana, hello. Carl is here from Hebron. And Stephen finally got the notification that we're live. Algorithms, my friend. I don't know what the deal is. And Susan, hello to you as well. Those sunglasses are needed. She's got the sunglasses emoji. Much needed over the weekend. Did everyone enjoy their weekend? It was just perfect, was it not? A little warm, I get it, but man, just great. I would love to hear what you guys were up to this weekend. If anyone did anything fall related, or maybe you're just doing yard work or just trying to soak up, the last couple of weekends of fall. I had mentioned on the Friday, we did a little Friday show called The Lone Ranger. I'm going to try it. I love looking long range, especially this time of year, because we can pick up snowstorms as we get into winter, right? And give us a heads up on that. But I mentioned on there that, things would be changing here in the long-term forecasts. And certainly they are. So we'll talk about that. Andrew said this is the last weekend in the pool. Hi, Al. Hi, Miranda. Hi, Aaron. This probably will be the last weekend in the pool, Andrew. I'm telling you. I did research. I think I shared this on Friday as well. I did research on nice weekends in October, just last year and the weekend before, or in the year before. And 25% of our weekends were nice. And what I consider nice is not a lot of rain and decent temperatures above 60. 50s aren't bad, don't get me wrong, but this is kind of rare territory that we had this weekend. So there's that. Al closed the pool today. Oh, man, it's that time of year. Anytime after Labor Day, though, I feel is a bonus. So there's that. Okay, I'm going to get to the maps here. As always, over here, want to thank our sponsors, Tiger Plumbing. TigerPlumbing.net is the place to go. They're the best plumbers you can get in Northwest Indiana. They come out for free, which is rare, and they're offering $30 off a service call. So seems to me if you have a plumbing problem, you might want to go with them. Nothing but rave reviews from all of you that have used them. They're wonderful. They've been with us for years. I would verify their work and stand by their work. They're that great. Great family-owned business, too. It's tigerplumbing.net. PSA, just a reminder to what they are. It's publicserviceadjusting.com. Local licensed insured adjusters for insurance claims. They will do everything for you insurance claim-wise. So if you have any claim on your property, whatever it happens to be, tree falls, neighbor's fence goes, whatever it is, call them first. They will do everything that they need to do. You just hands off insurance claim, right? And they'll do everything with your insurance company. They'll get you more money than you normally get. They're wonderful. Just go to their website and read their reviews, all 5-star. I mean, people just rave about them, which is great. Publicserviceadjusting.com. Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Valparaiso has specials. They have fall specials now on Jeeps. They make car buying fun. I mean that. And there's many of you have used them. But several of you in the last month and a half have used them and said, I'm really glad you said that because I was looking at Jeeps here and there, and I'd rather go with a family-owned business that's been here. Aaron Valparaiso off US 30, Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And then St. Jude House, I want to mention something that they're doing this week. They center around domestic violence, which is not something fun to talk about, but they do wonderful work here in the region with survivors of that. They're having a survivor celebration. This is for everybody. It's not just for survivors. It's this Thursday at the Lake County Fairgrounds. It'll be in the industrial building. It's from 6 p.m. until 9 o'clock. They'll have live music, food trucks. It's family friendly. Bring the kids. It's just basically a big, fun, family friendly party around what they do there at St. Jude. So go and support them again. That's this Thursday at the Lake County Fairgrounds from 6 to 9 o'clock. I'll send out some information on that later this week. Okay. All right. Let's jump into the models, shall we? Actually, before we do that, I just want to touch on the drought. We touched on this last Thursday when this drought monitor came out. But it's been dry for most of us. Lake County's the exception, right? Because we had that flooding event back in August. But things have really dried out locally, and we now have drought across a good portion of the state. But it's not just us. The Midwest needs rain, and then you've probably heard this national news down in Louisiana and Texas, especially Louisiana. There are portions of Louisiana, like New Orleans, for example, that's running 2 feet below average on the year. So we are, depending on where you are in the region, we're either at average in portions of Lake County, or if you didn't get that heavy rain event, you're anywhere from 3 to 7 inches below average on the year, okay? And we have a drought because of that, a moderate drought, 3 to 7, okay? New Orleans is 24 inches below average. That is such a big difference. They need so much rain down there. And because of all of this here, a lot of that feeds into the Mississippi River, right? And because there's not a lot of water feeding in the Mississippi River, they're having problems down in New Orleans with, okay, fresh water from Mississippi flows out, but if it's not flowing out fast enough, the ocean, the Gulf of Mexico water comes in, and that's salt water. And so they have salt water that's coming in to their water intake in New Orleans. It's going over levees that are underwater. Normally salt water is heavy and dense and it sinks, but there's not enough flow coming out that it's not sinking enough, so it's going up and over. Bottom line, they have water problems down there. And if that salt gets into their water system, it can corrode pipes, all sorts of stuff. I mean, they would need a lot of Tiger Plumbings down there to fix that. So that's national news you're probably hearing about, but it's all with this drought. And even our local drought feeds into that because our water feeds into eventually the Mississippi River, believe it or not. So here in the state, again, we're dry for a good portion of the state, exception of being lake in extreme northern Porter County. You can see right there, you're not in the drought. This bright yellow is abnormally dry, so it's not considered a drought, but it's dry. And then this kind of tannish brown shading that you see here, that's where the moderate drought is. So, a lot of us are in it. You get out towards South Bend, Indianapolis is in it, Newton, Jasper County, Stark County, you've got the worst of it. So we could use some rain. Not in this pattern, though. We're not going to get it. And here's why. Everything's going up and over this ridge, okay? The big old ridge, eastern half of the country, so everything goes up and around. But you notice out towards the west, this is different. There's like a low pressure spinning in the Rocky Mountains and just exited Sierra Nevadas. So that's our game changer. That's our system we're going to watch approach later this week. Until then, we've got this massive ridge in place. So this ridge continues east as we go Monday, Tuesday. But then here's where it starts to get a little troughy. Okay, this trough will come in. This is our cold front. This is our pattern change Wednesday into Thursday. And then we're really going to feel it on Friday into the weekend. I know these colors still look warm, but I'm telling you, it's not going to be warm. All right. These are just heights in the atmosphere, basically how high up does the warm air go. And these are fairly low for this time of year. But the good news is, we look to kind of break out of that eventually. We don't stay in it too long. And next week looks really nice as of right now. So let's dive into it and give you the details for your week ahead. Nothing to worry about. Monday, Tuesday, no problems whatsoever. Tuesday night or Tuesday evening, we may see some increasing clouds as our frontal system approaches to the west, okay? But we're still dry through Tuesday. Warm, we're into the 80s, okay? Tuesday into Wednesday is where that front approaches, okay? So it comes in from the west. The Euro kind of dries a lot of that out initially and then refires it Wednesday afternoon and evening. We could have some thunderstorms with this. Could we have severe storms with this? the dynamics are there, but I don't know if the Gulf of Mexico moisture is going to quite be here yet. So we'll see. But again, thunderstorms are possible late Wednesday. That's when this frontal boundary starts to come through. As we get into late Wednesday and Thursday, the first front or the initial front has gone through. Okay. Temperatures behind this initial front aren't really going to drop off a whole lot. We'll go from the 80s probably back into the upper 60s, low 70s. But there's no big temperature drop initially as this front continues out towards the east. So Thursday's not really fall-like cool yet, okay? Once we get into Friday, there's this secondary front that comes down. So low pressure kind of winds up and then it comes back at us. And this is what brings the cool, I almost said cold, but I'll just go cool air with it. Friday into Saturday. Watch how this kind of comes screaming down to the south. See how we're ho-hum, and then boom, right here, it'll kick off lake effect showers, probably just LaPorte County. There's enough of a northwest fetch to this kind of get it out. But again, lake effect showers are possible Friday. We've been talking about these Friday night football weeks that have just been great week after week. Well, this week's just going to feel like fall, all right? So temperatures are going to drop on Friday. Going into Saturday, we're still on the chilly side, maybe some lingering lake effect showers. I think most of us will be partly to mostly sunny on Saturday. So that saves our weekend, but we'll still have some lake effect showers around out in the snow belt, so to speak. And then we dry up, and next week looks great. It looks like we develop a big ridge kind of like this week. Not as warm next week, but still very pleasant fall-like weather after this, all right? So this is really it. This is our hit of fall this week, but it really is going to feel like it. So I know a lot of you can't see these numbers. I'll just read them to you. This is tomorrow. The Euro's saying high, and I agree with this. Probably 81, 82 tomorrow. Probably 83, 84 on Tuesday. And then you can see here's Wednesday, the day out ahead of that front. We're into the 80s again. So 3 days of 80s. And then it's not bad on Thursday. We're kind of in between. Here comes the cooler air from the north. We're still into the 70s on Thursday. And then there you go. That's Friday's highs, probably like 61, 62. And then Saturday, probably like 58, 59. Okay. So nothing crazy, but the coolest air of the season we've seen this season so far, obviously, which is a young season. So I get that. In terms of lows, we're not going to have a freeze or anything like that. I don't think we're going to have any frost either. This is Friday morning. We'll be near 50, so the cold air's not here yet. Saturday morning, waking up mid 40s. Sunday is going to be our coolest one as high pressure settles in. So Sunday morning, probably low 40s. We may have upper 30s in outlying locations. Upper 30s when we need to watch for frost. So as of right now, we look okay Sunday morning, but that would be the time to watch. And then by Monday morning, we're starting to recover a little bit. All right. So that's all I have for you in terms of this week. Again, quiet start. Wednesday's when we bring in increasing clouds. We'll have some showers and thunderstorms around here Wednesday night into Thursday. Thursday, that gets out of here. We kind of calm down for a little bit while we wait for that secondary front to come in. That hits on Friday with a gush of cool air. It'll be blustery. We'll have some lake effect showers. It'll feel very, very much like fall Friday night. All right. And Saturday looks pretty fall-like too. So if you've got something planned on Saturday, fall related outside, whether it be a wedding, we talked about wedding season being so popular now. It's kind of shifted a little bit. If you know anyone that's in a wedding on Saturday, it looks okay on Saturday, but if you're in LaPorte County, even Porter County, we'll have to keep our eye out for some lake effect showers. All right. Not a washout, but we'll have some of that around. Okay. So that's all we got. So anything that you guys have question-wise, go ahead and ask. I'd be happy to answer that for you, and we'll get on our way here. All right. And yes, I'm at work, by the way, so the internet's great, which is cool. We have our morning meteorologist Monday through Friday is not in tomorrow. She called off, and so we had to do a switcheroo. So I came into work to help out tonight so that someone else could do the morning show tomorrow. So I'm not complaining because there's fast internet and it's free internet, which is great. So there's that. Thank you, Julie. Julie says, good luck on the new addition to the family whenever a little one decides to come. Yeah, thank you very much. That's so sweet, Julie. Yeah, we're expecting our fourth and final, hopefully. My wife's not upstairs, so I could say that. Whatever. Anyway, this month, so October 24th is the due date, but we'll see. But Mama's doing great, so we'll see how that comes about. But we'll be having a lot of live broadcasts from home. You'll hear baby crying in the background. Oh, Maxwell, it's so cool. Maxwell says it's so cool how the jet stream follows the path of the sun throughout the year. It's nuts. The Earth is just amazing, and weather's amazing. But yeah, the jet stream is coming right back. Basically, where the jet stream is on this map is where these kind of reddish colors turn to the yellow and orange. So it always goes north, or usually goes north in August, right? And we have doldrums for weather, September too. And this is the month where it starts to come back in. You see how we're starting to play with the jet stream again. North of this red line is where the cool air is, and then south of that's where the summertime air is. So, it's coming back, and it's going to get cooler and cooler. So there's that. I mean, that's what happens every year. Aaron, you're welcome. Teresa, you're welcome. Kathy asked about rain Friday night. Kathy, it would just be lake effect rain. So we're going to have a nice northwest fetch with cold air coming over the relatively warm water. So you know what that does. It's a northwest fetch versus north. So that would pretty much take Lake County out of any lake effect showers. It would be Porter and LaPorte counties and Stark County that would have lake effect showers around on Friday night. Okay, so it would be lake effect. Susan, not a lot of rain. We can look at that. This main system's going to put down, as it looks, more rain out towards our east. But any rain at this point, I mean, we really can't get picky with how much we get. And we tend to make this up in the fall. Once it gets cold around here, we tend to get some raw days. But this is your initial hit as the storm goes in. I mean, this is saying over an inch in our region. I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit further east. But the potential's there for some good downpours with the front, especially if we can get a thunderstorm. But beyond that, I wouldn't plan on much with the lake effect. All right. So this actually shifted. This was south and east of here, but I still have a feeling that we're not going to get that heaviest band. But either way, we're going to get some rain, so that's good. Let's see. Carl's asking about winter. When can we expect our first winter prediction? Carl, I think you've been around long enough to know that I don't do winter predictions. All right. I could say, click here. Here's my winter forecast. And then you'd look at it, and it'd be very vague, kind of like fortune teller. It would say above average snow and below average temperatures. And then you would, in March or April, you wouldn't go back and check my work because we all forget about what the person said. And basically, you just clicked on whatever it happens to be, and I made money off of you because you clicked on my stuff. That's the way a lot of people do it, and I don't believe in clickbait. Anyway. There's no accuracy. There is some accuracy to it, but a lot of times the winter forecast, Carl, and this is getting into more detailed stuff on it. A lot of times winter forecasts are just based on, the meteorologists will just base it on El Nino or La Nina. And we've learned from past winter predictions gone wrong as a society that it's not just El Nino and La Nina that factors into it. There's so many other factors. You can have a La Nina pattern where we're supposed to get, snowstorm after snowstorm, and you get a blocking high up in Greenland for 3 weeks. Well, there goes your winter, So it's more short term than that. Until we start to predict 10 to 15 days out accurately, I'm not going to tell you what the next 90 days look like. Okay, I can't say that accurately, and I don't think anyone really can. How's the weather looking for solar eclipse on October 14th? Good call, Maxwell. Well, our model gets there, and as of right now, just looking at it, I mean, I'm looking at rainfall here, but remember that high pressure ridge is going to set up next week. So it actually looks really good. It looks to be a very similar pattern to what we have now, just not as warm. So there's that. Aaron, that's funny. Okay, Kimberly's going to finish up the deck. That's good. Kimberly, great weather for it. Just get it done before Thursday. Wednesday night, actually. Yeah. Everyone read Jeff's comment. I love it. Need a good strong cold front to blow the Bears out of Chicago. That's very good. Carl, you're welcome. I'll always give you honesty, my friend, for sure. Even if I don't know if it's going to snow during a snowstorm or something like that, or I'm not confident in amounts, I will always tell you that, all right? And I'll give you my reason why. And what I always show you on the modeling, guys, is what I'm looking at, okay? I always try to show you all the data that I see, and then I'll try to give you my explanation as to what I think based on that, or why I don't believe it's true, or why I believe it's true. I just hope that helps. I hope you know that I don't do anything. I don't ever change a forecast to make it more hyped up or anything like that. Like, the weather's weather. It's going to do what it's going to do. Yeah, the Cubs, Kimberly. I see that there for sure. All right, guys. Well, I think we answered it all. As always, thank you for joining me on this Sunday evening edition of Region 1 Live. We do this every week. We'll be with you throughout the week. Anything that could change this week would be around the front's timing. As of right now, it's Wednesday evening. That might shift up or shift a little bit later, but that's kind of what we'll be fine-tuning this week is when the rain and some of those thunderstorms arrive. I'll let you know this week, too, if we're expecting anything severe out of it, if anything changes. But other than that, get ready for fall. Locate the sweater bin. My goodness. I'm ready for it personally, but, one day is good. Then we can go back to this nice stuff. So, all right. Thank you, guys. Linda, you're welcome. Alexis, you're welcome. You guys have a great night, okay? All right. See you soon.